good night, or good morning, wherever you are. My topic tonight is third world country versus first world country, or underdeveloped country versus developed country. And my take on that, it sounds like rubbish to me, because most of their raw materials that they got to make their product is from the third world country it came from. There is two resources from any country. It's human resource or it's natural resource. Your human resource is the greatest resources that you can ever find. And what we do, busy shipping them out to these so-called rich nation or first world. And it all started from way back in 1943, World War II, when they sending our human resource over to England, America, to do their produce, working on farm, in manufacturing. But if our leaders at that time would just said, no, we can't do that. Our human resource is much valuable, we cannot do that. Put them to work in our country and let them produce, and then we send the produce back to this country. You don't think we would be start wealthy from those days? Then it came down to our university graduate. As soon as they graduate, we ship them out to England, Canada, US, all over the world. And then we boasting out how much money we making from remittance. When a citizen leave your country and went to other country to work, 90% of what they earn spend in the country that they reside in. So 10% send back to the country they are from, and you boasting that you're satisfied. What if you did just put your people them at work, build research center or science lab, and turn our resources into good finishing product? We would be the wealthy country. Just take a look at our backside. We send the backside to this country, they turn it into aluminum, then they build parts with it and send it back to us at a high cost than what we sell the raw material for. We use Jamaican money, so how can we find US to buy those parts? So that's why you see the US dollar have to be sliding like that, because we don't have US dollar down there to keep up with the demand. So that's why it works like that. Look at our herbs. It's over 118 herbs that put towards making pharmaceutical product. I think Jamaica find up to 60% of those herbs. And what we do, ship away the herbs and get a little money from it. What if we just turn our herbs into these pharmaceutical products? You see how wealthy we would be. Who would be the third world versus first world? We, because we have the resource. They're depending on these so-called third world countries to give them human resource versus our natural resource. So we need to change it. Start to build our own things and sell it. If you look at the pharmaceutical, at the ending of 21, they project that their annual sales supposed to be $1,228.2 billion. And in 2030, they project again that it's supposed to be $1,700 billion. 0.45 billion. So you see how much we're going to get from that by just shipping away our raw material. Nothing much. They are the one that benefit on it. and telling us rubbish about they are first world country. Then they have to literally depending on us for our goods and serve our goods and people. So I remember this famous quote from Albert Einstein. He's a Nobel Prize winner, thinking lecturer. He said, the significant problem that a country faces cannot be solved by the level of thinking that create them. So we need to start think deeper. We start to stop being brain lazy. Use our brain. We have the resources, can pull ourselves out of the slum and stop depending on other people to feed us, stretching onto us. We need to put back our people to work. I think our leaders, they failed us miserably because they went to university, come out with their doctorate. I wonder, doctorate in wine stealing. Some with PhD. I don't see that PhD working for us. To me, PhD is permanent damage. Must that, because if we have those kind of title, we could implement system that could drag us out of the slump or the poverty. So I don't know what that university doing. University is supposed to be the engine growth of a country. We have the resources, so we need to use it. Stop ship out our resources. Put it to use. If you check over even in Africa, they're saying all kind of things about Africa. People starving, people suffering. Africa is poor. Then Africa is the wealthiest continent on earth. So I don't know how Africa is supposed to be poor. It's the distribution of the resources is the problem. We have too much corrupt leaders, so they need to share the resources and that people can benefit. And we all would live happy and wealthy. And we, in turn, would be the first world country because they always have to depend on us for our resources. So this is what I have to say. So just like, share, and subscribe.